Real quick before this video starts, make sure you follow me at 415 Kodak on Twitter and also GFX COMET, and we also got a Discord server. So if you're interested, join, and I hope you enjoy this video. Before we get this video started, make sure you use the code YouTube for 15% off on all products on gfxcomet.com. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Check out the website.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, DT here from GFX COMET, and today I'm going to be talking about how to become the best GFX designer. So, what do we mean when we want to be the best? We mean we want to be the most recognized artist out there. Every graphic designer at one point wants to push their work out there, and what I've noticed is there's just a very hand-selected few that are dedicated and determined enough to actually do that. And that's not really a insult, or that it really can be taken however you wish for it to be taken, but more or less what it means is a lot of the time we'll see a ton of these new graphic designers with loads of potential pop up, and after a certain period of time they'll just stop caring enough and they'll just give up. And not even give up, it's just a load of different factors that count into this. There's a lot of barricades which prevent us from becoming the best. Things like procrastination. Maybe in your mind you've got tons of other things that are more important to get done, and you just don't care enough to actually focus on your work. Maybe even something like demotivation. That's happened to pretty much almost every graphic designer, even the best. Even myself, for example, I get demotivated. I used to get demotivated a ton of the times, and I just didn't know what I wanted to do. If I wanted to keep doing commissions, if I wanted to do something with my own game, I couldn't really make up my mind. So for a few months, I was just there doing nothing, and that really just sucked. You really want to try and always produce progress. And how do you leap over these things? How do you become the best after identifying what predicament you're stuck in? Well, from what I've learned over, I'd say, almost the past 2 to 3 years doing graphic design, is if you want to become the best, you'd have to learn and study what the best do. And here at GFX COMET, for example, we've got loads of tutorials from graphic designers that I'd say are in the top majority on Roblox. And if you just watch these videos, for example, that's day-by-day progress you're making. When it comes to things like thumbnails and icons, we could look at top mainstream artists such as i5k and SoftGB, and I really do think they do have a lot of similarities, but they have enough differences to where they both got very, very popular. So when we think about i5k's old work, we see things like realism and folds and clothing folds. Back when GFX was first turning mainstream, I'd say clothing folds were unheard of. Just something where renders could be made to look even more realistic. Even their clothing moves, all that stuff, all that played into account. And I think i5k was really the first one to grab that, take a hold of it, and people just liked the work so much they stuck to looking at his work. They wanted to hire him, things like that. SoftGB, on the other hand, he's done some really good work. As of now, I'm pretty sure any really good graphic designer, any good GFX artist in general could do clothing folds on renders. But we know SoftGB for more of his more cartoony looks, and we have to identify some similarities actually between them. So what are some similarities between them, such as clients, advertising, and quality? So who does SoftGB and i5k make work for? So just a general idea would be front page games, popular developers. You see, all their clients are elevating their work, right? They're pushing it up onto the front page, and by getting these clients, they're able to not only make more money for themselves, but they're able to gain exposure. And as a graphic designer, especially as GFX artists, exposure is one of the best things you can have, if not the best thing other than money that you can do, just so your wide span, like the amount of people you reach with your work, just becomes far, far more than what you'd just be able to do alone. As far as advertising goes, both of them have very professionally set up Twitters. I've mentioned this many times before in a lot of my talking videos on how important it is to have a well set up Twitter. Having a professional Twitter account really allows you to spread your work and this in turn brings in new clients. This in turn brings in tons of other things that you really couldn't achieve by advertising on Roblox or Discord, things like that. Another thing they both have is high quality work, and they both gotten so good to the point where like all their work has a certain expectation to it. If you pay for i5K or SoftGB, you're gonna expect some of the best work on Roblox that you can buy, and there's that prestige they've gained over the time, where as soon as you start to get a hang of GFX renders and stuff like that, you're able to just elevate your work. You're able to just elevate the perspective other people view your work at. And when it comes to things like user interfaces, we could look at our very own Edmund, for example, the owner of GFX COMET. And personally, some things I'd like to describe about Edmund, because I don't really know these GFX artists on a personal scale, but I'd say Edmund, his work ethic is unrivaled by any other graphic designer on Roblox. I'd be 100% sure with that. He's constantly working. If it's not on GFX, it's on videos. If it's not on one thing, it's always on the other. He never wastes his time allocating on useless things. And another thing I see, not only with Edmund, but with the previously mentioned artists, is they're all versatile. They all can do different styles and different things. So for i5K and SoftGB, I'm pretty sure they could switch between realism and cartoonism like really easily, and the work would still be really high quality for our UIs and logos. Same thing with Edmund and a lot of other graphic designers. They're able to switch between, cartoony logos to really realistic logos, things with shines, glares, things like that. And not only with logos, but with user interfaces as well. Another thing all three of the artists have, I'd say, is speed. They're all fast with the work. Like, I'm pretty sure if you're hiring Edmund or i5K or SoftGB, they're not ever going to make you wait 2 weeks for a reply back. They just want to get the commission started. They want to deliver exactly what they promised, and they do it as fast as they can. And they never skip over the quality part. I try to stress in a lot of these videos that you always want to prioritize speed and quality, but that is something you should not trade off for. So you should never trade off quality for speed. You should never trade off speed for quality. You want to make sure they're both good. Same thing with Edmund and his customer base. We can see all three of these big artists. They're all catering to massive audiences. And what we can learn out of that is they've sort of laid down a foundation on how new UI designers, how new GFX designers are able to improve all their work, how they're allowed to improve all their clients. A few years ago, I'd say definitely it really wasn't easy for new and upcoming GFX artists, because they were just developers that are only looking for, the best. And what if you're not good enough to get a commission yet? So we've made it a possibility, just as graphic designers, not only GFX COMET as a whole, but I'd say the entire graphics community now has been built to a point where we're able to teach others how to do the basic things, how to do the mediocre things, how to do the advanced things, things that'll slowly build us up. Regardless of how quick you learn, how good you are at a certain thing, it's going to take some time to learn everything, and that's really what you need. And to really become the best, you need to study these things. You need to improve in these areas that you're lacking in. Every day, there's a possibility for a new graphic designer to rise to the top, a new person to come out of nowhere and take over the entire graphics game. That's nothing unheard of, I'd say. And other than that, guys, it's really just based on consistency. You guys need to just pump out work, try and improve what you're failing at. And at the end of the day, if you do all these things I'm telling you, eventually you will become the best. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I have for this video. Please, if you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed the tips I gave you guys, leave a like on the video. It's going to help us make more people see GFX COMET. More people will be able to join the graphics community on Roblox, and that's the goal we want. We want us to become a mainstream source of development. And other than that, guys, yeah, peace.
Real quick, just to let y'all know, we have a completely new website, as you can see here. So if you hit shop, we have all the categories. So if you go to user interface, as you can see. And the process now should be a lot smoother to download and purchase products. You have a search bar up here, and if you want to log in, sign up. But yeah, with that being said, make sure to check our website at gfxcomet.com. Hope you enjoy this video.